Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if anybody noticed or not yet, but yeah, if you follow God, you know what I'm saying, you should, say you value most of the same principles, the same morals, you feel me, the things of that nature. Yeah, I mean, if you know what I'm saying, if you in favor of God, not against God, then, you can pretty much have Eli legacy, man. Like, I mean, because when you think about it, we know how the law and how tradition, everything normally was and everything normally went. But, I mean, the reality of the situation is, however, you know what I'm saying, or, however it took form, whatever this was that happened in my life, you know what I'm saying, it made tradition pretty much obsolete. You know what I'm saying? Impossible. Not feasible. You feel me? It made tradition like a non-factor. So it turned my life and legacy and whatever in advance into something that's, that was not really normal. You feel me? It's not really something that normally happens, So it's like, if I succeed in art, then it's outside the bubble, but it wasn't, it's like, it's just because of the way things, like the way various parts of my life were sabotaged in advance. So I thought, go without saying that anybody, that value, God principles, I mean, they can pretty much, they can have Eli legacy. But the thing is, in context now, you feel me? In context, ultimately, none of us ain't, none of God's people ain't here. We ain't here permanently. Feel me? We not on earth permanently. We going home. And I got, trust me, God got it laid out up there for me. All types of accolades and all kind of stuff for this stuff that I go through. You know what I mean? Including, for these, these poems and things like that. It's important in heaven, feel me? You know what I'm saying? Things that, God esteems things, that you do for him. Everybody. Anybody that, that love him. God real cool, man. And merciful, kind, all that, But, he got another side now, but, I feel like we got to work hard to get on God's other side, because God is so cool. But, But, yeah, man, I thought it'd go without saying. Anybody can pretty much, quote unquote, have Eli legacy, like my people, the people, God's people, they can have my legacy. And it can be celebrated. What I was able to do with it. Of course, everybody know, man, I've explained tons of recordings. Everybody know, man, but I felt, okay, instead of just focusing on being great, I had to fight for my life, talk about, what I'm saying, talk about the reality. I had no choice, just for maybe some help, because I wasn't, nothing. I wasn't nothing I was being, attacked with, crucified with. So I did not know. I had to learn as I go. And then, I incorporated into my legacy. You know what I'm saying? Because I had no choice. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no security. You feel me? Where I can just, I can just be great. You know what I'm saying? Without, no danger or nothing. I never had that. You know what I'm saying? So I had to do everything on the go, speed running, like on the fly. And so, that's how, it is. And so this is what my legacy became, you know what I'm saying, because of what was happening to my life, not because of no choice I made, you feel me? But in my legacy, y'all see aspects of, my identity, through God, you know what I'm saying, that's unrelated to the persecution. And that was, restoration, you know what I'm saying, which is in the Bible, you know what I'm saying, but it wasn't explored in the Bible, you know what I'm saying? And so, and the Bible says the devil comes, to kill, steal, and destroy. You feel me? The devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy. I didn't understand, you know what I'm saying? I didn't understand until, I'm going to be honest with you. It didn't really sink in for me until like 2019, 2020. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody know, I felt a certain way, you know what I'm saying, about, you know what I'm saying? I'm about sitting here and I think of an awesome idea. And then, and before that point, I look around, you know what I'm saying? And I see it. It wasn't it wasn't something that was mainstream at all. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't mainstream at all. And so I'm like, well, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to explain it. And then, and it's for my people. To show them something, a piece of heaven, ideas that God had. And so, if I do that, you feel me? And in spite of explanation and everything, it get defiled or destroyed anyway, then that shows people, everybody who care about God. You know what I'm saying? The example of what Eli was up against from the beginning. You feel me? That shows in itself. Like, I mean, I didn't never have a chance to really, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, at the same time, though, I got fulfillment in knowing that, you know what I'm saying? Okay, this was a great deception. It was a lot of great deception going on, including the attack on my life and stuff. So I'm like, well, I had to turn my life into something that showed people the truth instead of me just focusing on myself and being great. If I didn't have the opportunity, a chance. And, you know, if I did, then I probably still would not have. I probably still would have been, you know, on restoration and helping others anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, not probably, but definitely, you know, but it's so many depths and things, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I mean, it was a way I was going to do. I like, you know what I'm saying? See, the thing is, you know, everybody know God does everything in decency and order. You feel me? And I'm of God. And so I was going to do things in decency and order, like from that certain dynamics, aesthetics. You know, I was going to, you know, start trying to initiate a restoration, you know what I'm saying, like, of humanity, knowing that, you know, it's absolutely impossible for the effort, you know, mentioned and foolproof reasons already. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Self-evident reasons why the restoration is practically impossible. You know what I'm saying? You've seen, like, in plain live action, real time of this type. Because I never got the chance to show, you know what I'm saying, like, to show the decency and order that I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? And so you see that. And so, I mean, but yeah, anybody can, like, pretty much have Eli legacy, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, in that way, man. People anybody was interested in it. But, is you know, I mean, recognition of your success and, you know, to be preserved for a you know, a cause that matter and for things that mean something. You know what I mean? You know, I think that's what any artist, especially any good person, I mean, good artists that know that, you know what I'm saying, that know that they really got skills like that, you know, and everybody else see it, you know, easy off, I mean, just natural. Then, I mean, you definitely go, you know, want to make a difference with it, you know, or do something for, especially if you got a, you know, godly upbringing and things like that. So, I mean, anybody can have, you know, Eli legacy, you know, and celebrate it, you know what I'm saying, in the appropriate context. You know, it's yeah, man, I ain't, you know, it's larger than me, man. It always been larger than myself, you know. But the attack against me was also larger than myself. You feel me? So it you know, it balanced out like that, you know. Man. But yeah, man, I mean, yeah, I was sabotaged, but I was able to somewhat, you know what I'm saying, show, you know, I was able to show up, I mean, you know, and you know, glorify God. Yeah, I was able to glorify God, you know, in that, you know what I mean, in spite of. And that's another thing, you know what I mean, you know what I mean, and I think mainly, you know what I'm saying, like my response, because, you know what I mean, I understand how, you know, how things go now, you feel me? I didn't understand coming up, you know what I'm saying, about various aspects of society and things. I was like a fish out of water, you feel me? I ain't have no knowledge outside the fishbowl. You know, then over time, through experience, I learned how stuff go. And I mean, and you know what I mean, even then, it's like art, you know, art being pretty much the only thing I got, you know, in my life. You know, freedom of expression and things, creativity, you know, creative writing. You know what I'm saying? I love, you know what I'm saying, not just, you know, poetry, you know what I'm saying? I love poetry. I mean, that's what, I mean, I'm a writer, I'm a poet, I'm an author. I'm a poet, author, writer, author, I mean, artist, you know what I'm saying, visual artist, you know, it's stuff that, you know what I mean, because of the nature of my attack that I've been under, I haven't been able to, you know, do it, like, I mean, do like I used to, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, man, I'm a novelist, you know what I'm saying, right? Epics, like, I mean, creative works, you know what I'm saying, create entire worlds, you know what I'm saying, like I can do all of that. I don't get to do it because I'm getting ate up, you feel me? So that's why I'm getting ate up, to keep me from doing that, so other people could, you know what I'm saying? So I'm getting did dirty. People don't see it on the cover, feel me? They see the surface. They don't really know the depth of what's happening, And so, but, it being, like, my art so close. Anybody, things matter to people for different reasons. You know what I'm saying? Anybody look at how tragic my life been, that art, is very, 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 it was very important to me. You know what I'm saying? It was like my only out, still is, you know what I'm saying? So, it matters so much to me. So my response to it is, it's been, from the attack that's been my response, it is like, all of it aligns to the Bible, but it's, clear. And then, it's of the same energy of the type of attack that happened to me. I understand then, how this stuff went. But I learned over time. And so, I look at, I just couldn't understand why I didn't get a fair chance at other people. You know what I'm saying? But I know I got, skill, you know what I'm saying? Real skill, and every time I show it, I get hit, with violence and stuff that, I couldn't, I'm not according to reality. So, I was never able to fight according to what I've been fought with, you know what I'm saying? So I get attacked for just being great, so I can make some unproblematic epic works. You feel me? Like entire novels, you know what I'm saying? Creating new worlds and exploring different dimensions and things trendy, man. All types of stuff, ideas God can send me straight from heaven, and then I can put it out for people, just because. But I can't do it no more, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm being so constricted, and the structures have not disrupted, for years, the structures that have no interest in trying to, like, protect my creative, my freedom of expression and things, so I can't, I be just, throwing my talent away. In the long run, they go do something to it, you know what I mean? So, it's rough like that, I ain't trying to, just waste my talent like that, but I wanted people to know and see the truth. They see the truth, know the truth at the time. Even if a week later, I get lied on again, like the same thing happened all year, every year. My literature, my works, creative arts, things near and dear to my heart get lied on. You feel me? And that's the only thing I got, and that's the closest thing to me because of what I've been through. You feel me? So it hurts, to see that happening to you as an artist anyway. You know what I'm saying? Before you even get started good, you know what I'm saying? You get your wheels, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You get, you know what I'm saying? You can't, before you can lift off, you know what I'm saying? So you already get towed down like that. And so, so later on, I would learn certain people would take responsibility for it. And I had no indication how, but me knowing that everything that I plan on doing in my life, especially as an artist, was gonna be for God. You know what I'm saying? To glorify God. That's the conflict. You feel me? Because I'm trying to move forward, you know what I'm saying, with God's will. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know what I'm saying, sports. You feel me? You trying to get the the ball to the other side. You know what I'm saying? I got God's will, you know what I'm saying? Good will, for good purpose, restoration, to heal people, to save people's souls from hell and things like that. That's the ball. You feel me? And I've carried it, all year, every year. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you make it through, sometimes you don't. And you got certain influential figures that wasn't then later take credit for slanders and stuff on you that had, just extremely horrific effects on your life. And, you ain't even know about it, and you understand that they fighting you, you know what I'm saying, from doing God's work, from doing, Bible stuff, you know what I'm saying, things of God. Like, they really, you know what I'm saying, there's people that because if they say things about you, you know what I'm saying, let's go, that's false, you feel me? And it's gonna hinder, your progression in the purposes of God unless you address it. Then they putting themselves in a way, you know what I'm saying, on purpose, you feel me? They put themselves in a way on purpose to be an obstacle, you know what I'm saying, to a man's success that they don't even know. You feel me? So that tells you about the situation. And then when you see the governmental disinterest that's taking place for the last 7 years, you know what I'm saying? And anything that I had to say before I even said it, it's like it was a decision already made before I ever started talking. They already knew what was going on. And it was like zero interest in, you know what I'm saying? It was little to no interest all those years, you know what I'm saying, about anything I was saying. I'm like, well, when I started learning over time, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm looking at other people, I'm like, oh crap, why is this person over here not going through what I'm going through? And that's when I started learning about the Constitution and stuff. I'm like, why? And that's how I knew something was wrong. That's not happening to everybody else, or not happening to other artists, but it's happening to me. I'm like, this not supposed to happen. So this is why I can't spread the gospel like on a large scale, or do God's will on a large scale, because something is, what is this? Like, and then later people would take credit, and then they would associate themselves, feel me? And so, you know, that would be a hindrance for you, you know what I'm saying? Because if you a nonviolent, you know, God-loving person, then, you know, you got people putting themselves on purpose in the front of God that's violent, you feel me? And so, I mean, hence, that's what made, you know, that's, you get what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's why it's things, you know what I'm saying, that you know, exists in the world for situations like that. You know, I put it like that, you know, but it's not, you know, serving a God being violent or nothing like that, though. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's more like people, anybody, you know, like, it's just like a situation with the nature of my situation being as widespread and as for long standing as it's been, then I mean, it's quite, you know, true that it legally, really pretty much illegally, you know what I'm saying, under, you know what I'm saying, you know, assuming, you know, my testimony true, which it is, legally, anybody, you know what I'm saying, anybody, worldwide or nationwide, who wanted, you know what I'm saying, to defend me against what's happening to me, can, at all costs, at any cost. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? They are, I mean, because of what's happening legally, you know, they can defend me if they wanted to, in any way, shape, or form they wanted to. That's worldwide and nationwide, because of the crime or this situation on my life that's not natural. So, I mean, technically, anybody can defend me in any way they want. Any way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? And there's people that got good hearts to see what's happening to me. You know, so, I mean, it's no other, I mean, so in that situation, I mean, me trying to do the work for God, and then me having so much against me, I mean, they don't do nothing but constitute a war situation. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it ain't really nothing but, ain't no other way around it. You know what I'm saying? Because if the devil put himself in a way, what God has always did through centuries. You know what I'm saying? God is a fighter too. God is a warrior. You know what I'm saying? Even when Eli out the equation, you know what I'm saying? If, you know what I'm saying, that's still the situation, God go, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Rectified. You know? I mean, but that's God. I mean, God, the creator, God himself. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all that Eli was doing, with what God said do. You know what I'm saying? And then whoever in the way of that, they fighting God. You know, that's kill servant of God, kill baby, divine baby royalty. I mean, divine royalty. You know what I'm saying? God, you know, with brutal, merciless hatred, you know, just things like that all year, for every year, unprovoked, totally unprovoked. That's how you know it was pre-planned. And so, I mean, God is my father, you know. God invented intellect, you know what I'm saying? God is the master, you know, so, I mean, I'm just a servant. I always been just a servant.